Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Route X Lap Attack. In this episode we're going to be driving the 2010 McLaren MP4-12C. I decided to have this car painted purple to look like Holly Shiftwell from Cars 2. There might be a few people that disagree with me and say that Holly's based off of a different car, but honestly, with the way she looks with her headlights and other parts of her body, I'd say that Holly is maybe, even if it's not supposed to be a McLaren, it does look pretty close. I was considering changing the license plate as well, but I decided to leave that alone. I kind of like the newer model of this car better though, because I remember a few people, including Top Gear presenter Jeremy Clarkson, complaining that MP4-12C was too long a name for a car. So the fact that the newer models are referred to as 12C, I like that better. Already we've approached the hill and we haven't even gotten a whole minute yet. I'm really impressed with how this car is performing right now. Going 253 as we approach the dockside there with a container ship. Something about those kind of boats always fascinate me. In fact, I remember a really cool view I got of a boat like that last year when I was traveling on 495 south through Delaware. I was just leaving the town of Claymont, and the highway I was on was parallel to the Delaware River, but it was so wide between that part of Delaware and New Jersey that it kind of looked more like an ocean. And then again, with those kind of boats, they do spend a lot of time out in the ocean transporting stuff between different continents. But you know, I really like boats. Cars and trains are higher on my list of the types of vehicles that I like, but you know, they're still pretty cool. Now we're approaching some airplanes. Now, what if Gran Turismo actually did have like special missions for you to accomplish in certain cars? Like you could drive this or an Aston Martin or some other kind of spy car, and you have to get on the ramp of a moving airplane before it takes off and gets off the runway. That would be beautiful. Hey look, there's the bridge. All the way on the right there, you can see the bridge that we were on earlier when going uphill. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, I know I've said this at least a dozen times in past episodes, but I would still like to see more versions of this track where you travel to different places, like seeing all the different types of vehicles, like the boats and planes, and the other scenery like the wind turbines. And after we get out of this tunnel, we're also going to see some satellites. I would really like to see more of this track, or like more of this area in general. Maybe you can also do an off-road track where you have to go up those hills, or one of the other hills on the opposite side of the tunnel there. Which reminds me, I gotta record another episode for Colorado Springs Lap Attack. I've only done the Jeep and the bus so far, but there's a lot of other off-road vehicles that I want to test out. When I was modifying this car, I noticed you can actually get dirt tires for this, and I thought to myself, why would you take a car like this off-road? With rear-wheel drive, you'd have to literally slow down on a curve at 15 miles an hour just to avoid spinning out, especially with all the horsepower I just packed into this thing. But you know what else would also be cool? If this car literally was Holly Shiftwell and you could have it transform into a miniature jet. If you haven't watched Cars 2, I recommend you check it out. I know it's got some negative reviews from a lot of people, but it's still a good movie in my book. So we got 4 minutes and 32 seconds. Let's see how we did compared to the others. The C7 Corvette Stingray still has the fastest lap time with 4 minutes and 18 seconds. Our McLaren is just 4 spots shy away from taking first. If only we were 14 seconds faster. But you know, we still beat a lot of other good cars. We beat the Dodge Challenger, a few other Corvettes. And I'm looking forward to trying out an Aston Martin. I know I said I was going to do that, but I saw that this car was available for me to buy, so I figured why not expand my collection. Next episode, you'll see me driving the Aston Martin. What have I done so far? Let's double check. Okay, so I already did the 177. That's third. Let's see. No Aston Martins there. I think the 177 is the only car from Aston Martin that I tested. So yeah, I'll try out the DB11. Maybe I'll also get a DB5, and if you have any other requests, please let me know in the comments section. Thank you. I'll see you next time.